In this video, we're going to be exploring fractions and the importance of vocabulary and using the correct terminology when we're exploring fractions. So typically, we'll see this and we'll say 17.4. But unfortunately, this doesn't actually assist students' understanding of what we're actually talking about when we're talking about numbers after the decimal point. So when we're reading numbers, and if we look at this going beyond the tens, so we've got 4,317. These are thousands, these are hundreds. So we say 4,317.4. So we really want to avoid that and make sure that we're actually calling them what they are. So 4,317 and 4 tenths. They're in the tenths column, so we want to make sure we're calling them tenths. So you can see here that students often get tempted into say, well, it's 1.34 and 1.034. And we as adults are guilty of this as well. But unfortunately, this confuses students because it's not actually helping our understanding. We want students to be able to identify which one's bigger just from hearing it. So 3-4 is just an arbitrary idea until I actually say what column these numbers are in. So I've got 1 and 34 hundredths, and on this one I've got 1 and 34 thousandths. And then we really want to highlight those differences because if we stick to the 1.34, then what can happen is kids often get tempted into saying, well, that's 1.340, which is simply not the case. So we want to really move away from that and start calling numbers what they are. And to highlight that, if we had this here, we 341, we're actually naming what those numbers are, and we want to do the same thing on the other side of the decimal point. These are tenths and these are hundredths. In the same way, these are tenths, these are hundredths, and these are thousandths.